LienRuy Lopez opening, martial attack, modern variation, 12.d3bd613.re1. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. It was an incredible middle game by both players. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. The LienRuy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop must choose between exchanging and withdrawing. ba4 safely retreats the bishop while keeping pressure on the knight. nf6 attacks the undefended e4 pawn and develops the knight at the same time. Castling gets the king out of the center and prepares to develop the rook to e1. b7 develops the dark squared bishop and prepares to castle. 1 rupee centralizes the rook and protects the e4 pawn. b5 gains space on the queen side and forces the bishop to the b3 square. bb3 is forced, but the bishop is well placed because it attacks the f7 square. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. c3 prepares the d4 pawn push, opens up the c2 square for the bishop and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. The light squared bishop can advance and the e4 pawn is attacked when d5 invades the center. x5 captures the d5 pawn, attacks the knight on c6 and allows the e1 rook to attack the e5 pawn. nx d5 recaptures the d5 pawn and centralizes the knight. nx e5 captures the pawn and places the knight on a strong central square where it attacks the knight on c6 and the f7 pawn. nx e5 captures the knight on e5 and centralizes the knight where it attacks many important squares. rx e5 captures the knight on e5 and attacks the knight on d5. c6 defends the knight on d5 and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. d3 opens the diagonal for the dark squared bishop and prepares to play c4 in the future. bd6 attacks the rook and points the bishop toward white's king side. 1 rupee develops the rook and takes control of the open e-file. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. By assaulting the enemy bishop, this activates a piece while also buying time. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This defends a bishop that was under attack and had no defenders. It is the last book move. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. It is quite good. It was a free pawn there. It is ideal. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. That's good. This defends the knight who was attacked. That's good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. This requires an open file, a typical technique for rook activation. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. A powerful play. It is quite good. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This activates a rook by developing it off of its starting square. This threatens to kick a bishop. It is best. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is quite good. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is ideal. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is quite good. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is ideal. A rook enters the action after developing outside of its starting square as a result. That is good. It is a fair deal after all captures. This makes it impossible for the adversary to gain a pawn. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. This ignores a better way to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. This permits the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. That is a logical response. It is quite good. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. When a bishop moves away from being attacked, this gains a tempo. It is ideal. This overlooks a better way to move a bishop to safety. It is incorrect. By doing this, the chance to double rooks on a single file is lost. It is incorrect. This competes for the open file with the opposing rook. That's good. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Recaptures. By elevating it to the 7th rank, this poses a threat of activating a rook. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Although the score was nearly equal, white now has the upper hand. It is incorrect. This defends a knight that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. That's good. This wins time by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This protects the bishop who was attacked. It is quite good. The bishop is currently located at an outpost, a safe square within the opponent's domain. That's good. The bishop is now on a square that is more secure. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. That's good. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This is the only move that works. This stops the opponent from being able to create a passed pawn. It is a great move. This deters an assault on a pawn that is weak. It is ideal. This may succeed in winning a bishop. It is incorrect. The bishop is now in a secure position. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. It is ideal. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. It is excellent. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. It was an incredible middle game by both players. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. It was an incredible middle game by both players.